Good morning. Today I believe is the, what day is it today?
It's Monday.
Monday, that's a day.
Something of April.
6th, 7th? Okay, it's a date of some beginning of April. And today we have 20 degrees centigrade. It's the most beautiful first day of the year. And today I am cycling with Tim. And usually when we go cycling we would maybe hug hello, but not today. Not today. So never again. So yeah, Tim and I are going to do probably some 32 kilometers to Hennikensdorf. So we're leaving Karl-Marx Allee. You can sort of see the Frankfurter Tor buildings in the distance there. And yeah, and then go back. Let's see how it goes. It's gonna be a great day, right, Tim? Tim is gonna shout every time we're gonna make a little footage. Tim is gonna shout so you can hear him, right, Tim? Woo! Woo! Exactly, that's the enthusiasm we need today. So this is really fun. I actually just wanted to stop and say something, but we stopped by chance just next to Rathaus, which is a big bicycle shop in the eastern suburbs of Berlin. Right, so what I wanted to say, usually when I go out and if I want to skip the city part, then I take the S-Bahn, the suburban train, or the Regionalbahn, the regional train, and I skip all the city and all the traffic and all that noise and trucks and dangers, and I go straight to nature and to a lot of good road cycling, right? But today, of course, in this Corona time, we're not doing that, and it's not the most fun for me, all the city part. But we left Marzahn, and now we're going further east into the Berlin-Brandenburg border, and you will see a little bit from the footage. It's going to start looking really nice and empty and very relaxing. We crossed the border between Berlin and Brandenburg, and we started going on Bundesstraße 1 And although it's legal for cyclists, for bicycle to go on, it felt a little bit too dangerous, and a lot of people were honking. I don't think they saw that they were allowed to go there. So what we did is just at Hoppegarten, we went completely off the road and in parallel streets, and we're crossing the famous horse racing tracks of East Berlin. Completely empty, but just like a good place in Brandenburg, full of sand, so we had to even walk a few meters. Banana would have been good right now, wouldn't it? So while Tim is having his choco banana snack, I just want to show you something really interesting. On the way to Tastorf, we stopped on this bridge because we saw this huge, beautiful solar panel farm, and it's an absolutely wonderful day for this, because that also reminded us that we are cycling with one Garmin for the bike, and I have one Garmin on my hand, my watch, and I've activated the Komoot. And the funny thing about all of this is that we don't actually need any of that, because we're just going east and this is the sun. There's really no need, but it's just beautiful. 22 degrees and 22 degrees, and it's the first day that it's really warm, and I think both Tim and I kind of forgot to bring enough to drink, so we may need to go into a supermarket later on. I rather avoid that if possible, but the risk of getting corona versus the risk of dehydration, I think potentially touching products in the supermarket is maybe a better idea in that sense. And I do have alcohol gel with me, so we may stop for drinks and then just clean our hands really well. That's going to be the best solution. Tim, what do you think? Look at that. Tell the nice people at home.
It's quite serene.
It is, isn't it? This is why I call my other bike Serenity.
It's named after this lake.
or all its or its other friends in Brandenburg.
Not the Just Waiting show.
Oh, it's so beautiful here. Film the next bit of interview.
As long as you don't come any closer.
No, this is the distance. You see, this is okay. So tell us, what is special in the way you cycle during Corona time? I try to stay away from people in traffic lights, even when I stop. What do you do?
I just close my eyes when I cross intersections.
That's a very
Yeah.
whatever happens.
No, there is less traffic, which is nice. There's less people around.
Okay.
More nature. I think there's maybe a few more birds.
But you, are you as paranoid as I am? Are you trying to do things or to cycle in a way that you wouldn't, or extra careful?
I suppose I'm conscious of keeping a certain distance from people. If they if they crowd you, it gets a little bit, they feel too close. But you don't really get that.
Okay.
Here, but in the city.
No, because I asked him this question because I actually had this morning, I was coming towards the red light, and I stopped kind of between the yellow and the red, which was a bit sudden. There was a cyclist behind me, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize you were about to stop." And I had to tell him, "Listen, I'm being extra careful. I don't want to, be injured, not even a chance. I don't want to end up in a hospital." they have enough to do these days. So please, cycle like you drive. Take the extra 2 seconds every time, measure like you do when you drive. And I think he took it well between, yeah.
I think people get it.
People get it, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we do, I signal more, and I try, I don't know, to behave myself. Yeah, so I can come and enjoy those lakes. Isn't it amazing? Look at that.